If there was gonna be anything that was gonna bring me back to the internet, it was going to be to shit on a man.
Dang, little mama, you is such a
Loser, loser, loser.
Hi friends, and welcome back to this channel. It's Cardi B. No. Today I'm giving you Cardi B cosplay. I actually really love when she does her hair like this. I was trying to recreate this look, but I threw away a bunch of my makeup. Ooh, powder. I threw away a bunch of my makeup, and so I don't have anything, like I had no colors or anything. And then like my hair is short still, so like I kind of had to make do with what I had, but neither here nor there. I hope I am Cardi B and I am from the Bronx. Realness, cause girl, do I have things to say. And yeah, as you can tell by the title of this video, this is something that I am very passionate about, that I could spend years, days, lifetimes talking about. And given the climate of the world, let's just talk about stuff that like really honestly and truly doesn't really matter. Honestly. So that's what I want to talk about today. And also too, I just want to preface this by saying, I don't know what's going on with this. Sorry, like it's been a minute since I've filmed, so a lot of my makeup products are not camera ready friendly. But also, this is just my opinion. This is not a deep dive. This is not a play-by-play on everything that has happened. This is not like some sort of analyzation of anything. This is quite literally just me talking shit off of my opinion and what I see playing out on the internet. So don't come for me. I don't know. I could be lying. This is all not fact checked. This is all assumptions, allegations, and who knows what else. Okay, so please don't start with me. Now, with that being said, let's get into it. So, why I want to talk about how Offset is such a specific type of loser. I feel like we have all either encountered an Offset based off of our own personal experiences, and if you have been traumatized by an Offset in your life, I stand in solidarity. Also, if you've witnessed, you know, your homegirl, your friend, your sister, anyone being involved with an Offset, because I feel like a lot of times not only do we understand this like personally because we may have been through it, but also like, you know, parasocial relationship with celebrities, you kind of see yourself in a celebrity or you relate to a particular celebrity. And when they do this and like you see this playing out with like someone like Cardi B, I like Cardi B. I like the Cardi B songs. She's not my favorite celebrity. At one point in time she was. I really loved Cardi B. You know, we just need to leave celebrities alone, as you can see. And how that is playing out, we need to leave these celebrities alone. But for the sake of this video and the sake of what I'm trying to say, you know, we see like this parasocialness with our favorite celebrities and people that we like, the people that we relate to. And when we see them going through stuff like this, you just want to be like, girl, please, like, stop, get it together. Do something, change your surroundings, change your lifestyle. And it does kind of like, it's kind of like your homegirl that keeps going back to that same like no good man, and you're just like, girl, I really want to root for you, I really want to be there for you, I really want to be your friend, but like, if you don't want to love yourself, what do you expect me to do? And I feel like this is one of those situations, and I just want to talk about it, like, and how it plays out with Offset and Cardi B. As you guys know, or for those of you that don't know, Mr. Offset and Cardi B are the talk of the town as of recently due to, I mean, I don't even say recently. They've always been in the public eye. They've always been the topic of somebody's conversation because for whatever reason, they always keep us in the conversation. So Offset, you know, it comes with great sadness to see him just kind of realize that he is such a lame, like, loser. It's so sad to see that because he was my favorite Migo. Like, honestly and truly, I've always had a crush on Offset. He's always been my favorite Migo. I've loved Offset. I always liked his verses better. I mean, everybody knows R.I.P. Takeoff, but like everybody knows like nobody was looking for Takeoff. All the girlies loved Quavo, but I've always loved Offset. Like, I loved his personality. I loved how he came across. I've always liked his verses, and I have had a crush on him, okay? Now not so much. I get the ick anytime I see him. Before, I was like, oh my God. I don't even like dreads, like, at all, but oh my God, I would braid his. Oh my God. Anyway, but not anymore. So that's why I'm saying, like, it comes with great sadness to even say this, because I really did like Offset. And hello, when Migos came out, like, no one can ever deny the fact that, like, Migos are, like, the entire group as an entity changed rap. Like, they really created, like, their own lane, their own genre of, like, rap with the ad-libs. Like, everybody, after them, everybody was doing ad-libs in their, like, music. And when they came out, that was just like a time to be alive. Like, I was in high school. Like, I have so many good memories. The same thing with Rich Homie Quan. Like, I have such good memories to their music, because that literally was like my high school / like graduated like 18, 19 experience. And so, like, you cannot deny the fact that, like, Migos really did, like, pop off, and they really did something crazy. Now, the past is the past, okay? Even though they were, like, such a big group, and they really will go down as, like, icons in, like, music for what they did, Offset, you know, he was at the top of his career. And too bad the top of your career was a long time ago. Because here comes Cardi B. 2017, Cardi B literally skyrocketed to, like, the top of the music world, and she became, like, solidified as a celebrity. Now, before she was that, who was Cardi B? Cardi B was just an internet personality who was funny. She was a stripper. She did all type of, like, relatable content when it came to, like, the stripper world and everything.
You know what turns me on? A nice, cold shower of shingles. Oh yeah, baby, throw that money. Yeah, you got it all. Give it to me, ow.
I mean, I just want a nigga to understand me. Like, when another nigga's texting and calling me from the strip club, it's not personal, baby, it's business. Like, stop playing. You know you the one I'm loving. These other niggas is tricks and you my baby.
You know what I fucking hate? When I host in a club and the DJ wanna be like, so all my bitches with the real ass make some motherfucking noise, and I just be there like,
The reason why I'm saying that is Offset has a type, a very specific type. And once upon a time, Cardi B, when she was coming out, when she was up and coming, like that 2017 and before Cardi B, was the epitome of Offset's type. Like, you can't deny it. So when they got together, I loved it. I lived for it, okay? Like, I really thought that they made sense. I loved the way they looked together. I thought that they really, like, did their thing. Like, I was rooting for Cardi B and Offset, okay? So we gotta keep in mind that they became official when Cardi B basically popped off, and Offset was pretty much at, like, the height of Migos, I would say. Maybe it was starting to dwindle down a little bit, but 2017, he was still, you know, that guy. I would say, like, the group itself was still, like, up there. And then Cardi B, you know, she came out, and so, boom, together. Now, when I started to be like, is when they got married. When they secretly got married, and then that's when he, like, proposed or whatever. Now, mind you, this is all in 2017. 2017 was an eventful year for Cardi B, okay? I knew Cardi B was kind of, you know, like I said, one of those homegirls that, like, she already had somebody's name tattooed on her. She was already holding down Tommy. This was like the Love and Hip Hop era where she was holding down Tommy, and she, you know, she's always been, I don't want to say a helpless romantic because I feel like I don't know her like that to be saying that. But I mean, you can kind of tell that Cardi B is one of those girls when she loves her man, it's my man, my man, my man. Okay. And as we can see, she's one of those girls. So we just kind of have to keep that in the back of our minds when we are talking about Cardi B. But, you know, she's a lover girl. She is a lover girl. So when I saw that she and Offset secretly got married and then they announced the proposal and like that was a huge thing, I did side eye. And why do I side eye? Because at my inner core and in my soul, I am a feminist. I believe women shouldn't just let a man just dictate everything for them. So when I saw that she got married at the height of her career, like when I'm not even gonna say the height of her career. I mean, I think she popped off during this time, but I don't think it was like the absolute height. Maybe it was. I don't know. But I just kind of looked at it a little bit because, you know, girl, like, why are you getting settled down when you just popped off? Now, I don't want to be that person, but typically when people get married very, very quickly, a baby soon follows. So I didn't want to believe that that's why she got married, but guess what popped out? So they got engaged, married, whatever, in late 2017. And guess what came April 2018? Her pregnancy announcement. So now during this time, her and Bruno Mars, they were popping off. The Finesse remix came out. Cardi B and him had like this whole like work husband, work relationship kind of thing going on. That was like a time, right? And Cardi B was set to go on tour with Bruno Mars. When she announced her pregnancy, I knew that tour was not going to happen. Cardi B was not going to be going on tour with Bruno Mars. And when I tell you, I was ready. I don't even go to concerts, and I was ready to buy tickets to go see her and Bruno Mars. So when she, you know, announced her pregnancy, I kind of knew that was coming after they got married, but also I kind of figured like, girl, why? You can't help it. I'm sorry. Like, and I know that like I have very unpopular opinions surrounding like unplanned pregnancies and whatnot, but I'm not here to divulge my opinion on that. It is just something that's like, damn, girl, like you literally just popped off. You are going to go on tour with Bruno Mars. Like, why? But we're gonna get to why. We're gonna get to why here soon. So she had culture. All right, cool. Her whole, you know, like she was able to bounce back from that because we still haven't had an album since that happened, but neither here nor there. She was able to bounce back from it, keep her momentum going, keep her career afloat. Like the pregnancy really didn't do much for her. The marriage didn't really do much for her as far as like hinder her in any way. However, as we all know, since the pregnancy announcement, Offset has played in this woman's face and has not stopped ever since. And that's what this video is mostly about. Why does he play in her face? What do these type of men get out of playing in these women's face? And what is it, right? Let's talk about it. Now, as I said, Offset, when him and Cardi B got together, Offset was like here. Cardi B was coming up, but she wasn't at the level that Offset was. Now, this was also during a collaborative time when like motorsport was coming out and they were kind of joining forces. But you could definitely say that like at this point in time, Cardi B had her own momentum, but her joining forces with Offset really like helped. I'm not gonna say it made her or break her. I don't think that like Offset was like a turning point for her fame and stardom, but I do definitely think that them being together definitely helped her and helped him But also, like, you know, there's also rumblings that Offset was the one that wrote most of her verses. Do I believe that? I don't know. Everybody lies. Everybody writes for people. I don't know. That I'm not going to get on. But you can notice and you can see the fact that, like, them being together really did help Cardi B and Offset. But at this point in time, Offset was like that guy. Okay, well, not that guy. Offset was in a group and they were that group, okay? Because don't get it twisted. I never, like, even though I do have a crush on Offset, I never thought that he was like that guy, okay? It's not giving Chris Brown. It's not giving, even though I don't really like Chris Brown, but like, it's not giving Chris Brown. It's not giving like stardom in that kind of way, but you could tell that he was at the top of his game. So like I mentioned previously, Offset has a type. If you look at the women that he was with prior to Cardi B, if you look at the women that he's cheated with Cardi B, you can see that they all fall into that same kind of archetype. Like the stripper, like the BBL, the kind of like, I don't want to say it in like a negative way, but it's more like he likes the ratchet girls. Like really like what Cardi B was before fame, like that's his type. And you can see it like every single woman he has been caught with, every single woman he's dealt with before that is that kind of girl. So you got this girl that is your type, right? That Cardi B was your type before she popped off. All right, cool. She popped off and she's still kind of giving your type. Now the difference is now Cardi B is kind of like surpassing you. What? Yeah. So now it's kind of like he was here, she was coming up, they were here for a little bit, but now Cardi is coming up here. Now we got the whole thing about like how the Migos broke up, they're going their separate ways. Offset is doing certain features or whatever, he still has like buzz to him, but like Cardi B is jumping in the ranks, and my friend, you are kind of lowering in the ranks. So what happens now? Now the power dynamic has severely changed, huh? Right? And this is why he's a fucking loser. This is exactly why I hate these specific type of men. So us as the public, as the audience, we can obviously tell that, like, you know, Offset is kind of like losing his momentum, and Cardi B is still keeping it and also elevating on it. Now, mind you, this is also in music, in endorsements, and in fashion, which this is going to be a complete side note, but I definitely do think that, I mean, this is the overall arching theme of this, is that Offset is 100% jealous of Cardi B. And obviously we're going to get to the proven evidence as to why he's jealous of her. But you can really see, I feel like the fashion thing, because Offset has always, like, within his career, has made an emphasis on his love for fashion. And Cardi B has too. Who is asking Offset to come to Paris Fashion Week? Nobody, okay? So now you're seeing the fact that, like, and this is, okay, I'm not saying that I agree with this, but I feel like this is the mentality that Offset has, and men like Offset, where it's like, you were famous before her, you had your career before her. So even though this is not true, you honestly and truly believe that, like, you are the reason why Cardi popped off. And you are the reason why, like, she's doing this, right? You were a fashion guy and you probably put her on, maybe, I don't personally think so, but maybe it's true that you put her on to fashion. And now, like, why is it that all these fashion brands and all these fashion companies care about you when I'm the star? I was the reason why, like, people cared about you in the first place. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, I feel like that's the mentality that's going on. Mind you, I don't know these people. I'm probably wrong. This is just my assumption. I'm just making this up. I'm making up fake scenarios for this video. So follow me. So you have somebody who essentially had more power, had more buzz, has more fame, who got with somebody who a lot of people didn't think was gonna pop off, who is now surpassing you. You thought getting her pregnant was gonna stop the show, right? That's what was supposed to happen. She was supposed to get pregnant, and you were supposed to, you know, stay home, take care of the baby. Your career was not supposed to come back from the fact that you were supposed to go on tour with Bruno Mars. That didn't happen. You have to stay home now and take care of my baby. While I, Offset, am the Migo. Are we following here? So keeping that kind of mentality in mind, I think that none of this kind of surprises me when we get into who he is and how we kind of move around and how he navigates this public relationship with Cardi B. Now, in 2018, it had came out that, you know, he was cheating. He was a no good, dirty dog. I mean, I think it also came out like, it was 2017 when his iCloud got hacked and all those videos of those naked women came out and all this other stuff. But also too, when he had cheated, when that whole thing with Cuban Doll and Summer Bunny had popped off. I remember this like this was yesterday because I was just like, what? I think everybody was like, what? Like, you have Cardi B and you're cheating on Cardi B. One of like, she was at the top of the top, like, in her prime at that moment, and you're gonna cheat on her and have a threesome with Cuban Doll and Summer Bunny. Summer Bunny always pissed me off. No shade, but like everything about that whole situation was wild.
Breakup, you're right in the middle of it. Is it true? Did you hook up with Offset?
No, I don't know him. I never spoke to him. I never had no conversation with him. He wasn't actually texting me. I'm just caught in the middle because my name in it, you know. The other girl, she has no name. She don't do nothing.
Summer Bunny?
Summer Bunny. It's all based off her trying to get clout. Like, that's the only thing it is. It's a bunch of clout chasing stuff, and my name caught in the middle of it because I have...
You never met him is what you're saying?
I never met him.
Really?
Never texted him. Never accepted no type of agreements with him.
Because according to the text, Summer Bunny was texting Offset in June about a threesome.
Yeah, I don't know.
I have not messed with Offset since he's had his baby. I didn't know how serious this marriage was. You know, I kind of read, I kind of see things, but I haven't it took until today to actually like get into this, seeing everything. You know, a lot of girls would just deal with the situation and just be like, yo, like, I took Cardi B's nigga, or I'm the reason that they're getting a divorce or anything. Like, I feel ashamed. You know, like growing up, it's a lot. But just coming from me and like to Cardi B and to like her fans and to her family, to her situation, these were never my intentions, and I never wanted to break up a happy home, be a cause of someone just saying like fuck it, to get a divorce or anything like that. No, I have not spoken to Cardi B, but I would like her to know that I'm a very genuine person, and I'm not here to break up her family or mess up what she has going on with her husband. And I'm very sorry that this has happened, and I'm very sorry that I didn't think about my worth as a young lady. And I just hope that she can overcome this. And I know that her and Offset actually do have love for each other. I can tell. So I just hope that with this, she can actually just focus on her love for Offset.
And I liked Cuban Doll. Before, like, back in the day, I actually really liked Cuban Doll. Now, oh my God. But during that time, I'm just like, wow, like, considering, like, you have an A-lister and then you're gonna cheat on her, like, when Cardi was like, how you gonna fuck with the bitches who follow me? That's what she was talking about. And it's actually kind of sad now that I was re-listening, because I was gonna do a whole video on the like Cardi B's album and see if it was actually good or were we just in 2017. I was gonna do a whole video on that, but the copyright and all that was kind of hindering my creative juices. But it's kind of crazy to think about, like, was this entire album about Offset? Because when the album came out, you were very much with him, and I don't know. It's kind of like if you see how everything played out now, and then you go back and you listen to the album, you're just like, damn, like, why were you with him? Why did you do any of this? But I don't know. It seems a little too targeted towards Offset due to current events. But anyway, so when that whole thing came out and he decided to interrupt her performance to do this whole forgive me, take me back arc thing, that stunt, really. That's when I was really starting to get like the ick for Offset, because I personally think, and this is gonna go with like the specific type of loser that Offset is the type of man who will do stuff like this, who will put you in a position to like take them back. And it's weird. It's kind of like, well, it is manipulation, but it's almost as if you know that had I not been in this position, my answer would sway a certain type of way, but you're putting me in a position to where I have to say yes because I'm in front of all these people. And it's also giving them this kind of like redemption, that it's like, oh my God, look how much he cares about her. He's willing to, you know, put his pride aside and interrupt her thing, and look at all these flowers, and look at this and look at that. It's kind of like the same thing when the paragraphs and the captions are long. The relationship is just because these grand displays of affections after you have publicly humiliated somebody because you cheated on them, it's not giving what you think it is. But we're also in the realm of like the public or whatever, and people eat that shit up all the time. So am I surprised that he did something like that? No. Disappointed? Absolutely, because this was just like the beginning of the end for how much of a he is. So after that, I was really just like, okay, whatever. Now, Cardi takes him back, which I know there's gonna be people that don't like Cardi B basically saying like she's also a specific type of loser because she keeps taking him back. Look, potato, potato. I support women's rights and wrongs. We're not talking about her right now, okay? We're talking about Offset. So in this time, like obviously I'm not gonna go, like I said, this is not a deep dive. Obviously during this entire time, there has been more and more and more and more about Offset and Cardi B, like Offset cheating. They break up. She goes and she's like, oh, I'm divorcing him, blah, blah, blah. She files for divorce. She takes him back. They keep doing this back and forth kind of thing. Now, the only thing that, although I do think Cardi B, you know, was dumb in love, or still is probably, and I don't think she makes good decisions when it comes to her love life, it's still very apparent that Offset is just kind of like, I don't know, I was seeing this for a long time where it's just like, I kind of felt like he was using Cardi in a way, because like, sir, after the Migos, you just really can't, you did a couple verses, they were cute, but like you really can't stand on your own. Like you really cannot do it by yourself. And I think he understands that, obviously, to where he had Cardi B featured on Clout. They did the whole Clout thing. They did the whole BET performance and whatnot. And I'm just like, okay, so you understand her value. You know how valuable she is, but just more in like a professional sense rather than a personal one. But he decides to make a Instagram story accusing Cardi B of cheating, to which he says, my wife fucked a on me gang. Y'all know how I come. Now, I'm biased, obviously, because I myself have dealt with an Offset. When you have to go to other people to tell them something, it's almost like you're trying to get ahead of something. And not only that, like, sir, you have done a lot. And we're gonna get to it, but you have done a lot. And for you to get on the internet and be like, oh, she fucked somebody, blah, 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 y'all know how I come. We do know how you come. Literally, you do it all the time and with everybody. So like, we do know how you come, and it's obviously pretty easy to get you to do that. But and that's the thing with him, where I say like he's just a specific kind of loser, because it's like, what did you get out of that? Every time she has found out about you cheating, she'll be like, oh yeah, divorce, whatever. But like, you never have anything to say on the internet, but when you do, it always has something to do with Cardi B doing you wrong or doing you something. Like, it's kind of weird, right? So he pulled that in June of 2023, talking about like, oh, she fucked somebody. And honestly, I feel like everybody just kind of didn't really pay attention. She went on live basically saying like, do not trust that country man, or I think she put that on her story or something. She's like, whatever, like, don't listen to him because I don't know what you're talking about. But she made something very, very clear. She was like, if I were to do that, like, people would talk about it. People would know.
You posted something about Cardi and people think that she cheated.
All right, so that post, to be honest, like, me and her going, it's my wife, I love her to death. Like, we going back and forth. And if you got a New York woman, you know, she's a pit bull at the mouth. She get crazy at the mouth a little bit. And I was really lit that night. I was lit. I look Casamigo here now, you know. Okay. I was lit, and then we going back and forth. And I'm like, watch this. You know, and it's like, she got a crazy mouth, but I love my wife at the end of the day.
You might be crazy too.
I'm crazy.
Okay, there we go.
I'm crazy for each other.
Did you think I need to get online and clear this up, or you think a delete is enough?
The delete is enough. Them people don't be really knowing what's going on with us for real.
Which brings us to today. They got into some sort of tiff. She has, I don't know. I don't know. She says that she's done, that, you know, her and Offset are over with. And so she came on live and basically talked about how they are no longer together, that they're breaking up, whatever. And he decides to go on her live and say that you had sex with somebody while you had a baby inside of you. Why you would put that on the internet, I don't know. But this is what I'm talking about with these type of men. They can do you dirty. I mean, it's a tale as old as time, honestly. Men can do whatever it is. They can drag you through the mud. They could literally have sex with your mother. The second you text somebody, hello, now all of a sudden you're the biggest whore. Somebody needs to like burn you at the stake. Like, they can never understand. Like, they don't believe in love anymore. And like, bitches aren't shit and blah, 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 blah. But it's just like, are we really doing this right now? But, you know, you decided to go on her live and leave that comment, to which she responded with a tweet and did. Now, if you ask me, I don't think she did, personally. Do I think you should have sex while pregnant with somebody else? That's a choice that I personally wouldn't make. Am I mad at it? No. I don't believe it, personally. Like, I just don't believe that she had sex. I think what she's doing is just like, oh, you think I did? Yeah, I did. Like, who cares? Whatever. And I feel like that's something that, like, that's a point. I do think that this is kind of like a turning point for Cardi B, whether or not she's serious about like breaking up with him or taking him back. I do feel like that it is believable that this is like a turning point for her, because before it was just like, oh my gosh, she was always crashing out on live being like, oh my gosh, you never understand me, you never do this, you never do that, you never give me blah 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 blah. And now I feel like she's kind of turned a point where it's like, I'm gonna be the villain and I don't care. And I feel like as women, we kind of understand how that works, because as a former dummy who was always getting cheated on and always kind of crashing out and saying like, oh my god, blah blah blah, there does come a point where it's just like, actually, I don't care if you think I didn't hold you down. I don't care to prove that I was this woman that like shouldn't have been cheated on. You still cheated on me. So whatever you think I did, times it by 10, because I don't care. And I think that that's the stage that Cardi B is finally on. And that's why I don't think that she actually had sex with somebody while pregnant. I do believe she just said that to be like, yeah, I did. And what? Because it's kind of like you want them to just not want to be with you so bad. Because what is the common theme about this Cardi B and Offset relationship? She is now the alpha in the relationship. No one is looking for you, Offset. Nobody gives a fuck about what Offset is doing with his time, with his day. Literally no one cares. Everybody cares about Cardi B, whether it's good or bad, whether it's hate, whether it's love, whether it's anticipation, whether it's her downfall, whatever. She actually has the momentum. People actually care about what she has going on. Nobody cares about Offset, right? But why is it that every time Cardi B is about to go into some pivotal point in her career, she pops up pregnant? Now, this is a sentiment that could be argued up and down, where it's like, oh, no, that's not it, blah, blah, blah. She wanted these children, and it's just a coincidence, and you could say all this other stuff. Until this fool wanted to come on the internet and say, everyone can see I don't want you. It's okay. I'm not talking about this no more. All love. You will be calling me after a couple months. You, my baby mom. I won. That is just like, that was for me. Because the fact that people have always speculated and accused Offset of constantly just getting her pregnant after he got caught cheating, and basically kind of just like the conspiracy theories of like, you just want her to like not be anything and just like live as like your, I don't know. It's weird. When you start talking about these type of men, it's like, what is your motive? Like, I would hate to really think that you're so just envious of your woman that you feel that like you're trying to lessen her value by either making her have babies or like sitting her down so that she does like getting her pregnant so she could sit down and not further in her career, getting her pregnant so that people don't look at her like, oh, you're somebody's mom or you're somebody's baby mom. So it's like, like whatever. And then like, and the thing is, the fact that you're saying like, oh, you're my baby mom, I won. It's like, sir, you had 4 baby mothers before Cardi even entered the chat. And then, was it 4? 3? Something like that. You had multiple children with multiple women before Cardi B came in. So it's almost like you're only saying that you won because of who she is. And that just, oh my God, it just screams like you are such an insecure, envious, like narcissist. Because like I said, the reason why I even put in my head the scenario that he honestly and truly believes that like he is the reason why she is where she is, like he put her on, because before the power imbalance was him above her. And so he really does think that way. And then now for it to shift that like she's the alpha in the relationship. And I mean, she said it on live. Why she said this, I don't know. But like, why we know any of this information is crazy. Which I kind of skipped over the part where he was like, oh, I don't even like you or whatever. Look, the ick that I got when she posted the screenshot of him saying, can I jack off with you on the phone? It was 8 a.m. You have a problem, sir. Like, if there was anything, like, you have a problem. And I mean, if you guys are on the phone having phone sex at 8 in the morning, I love that for you. Maybe that's something you should just keep private. And they should have kept it private. But I just got like the biggest ick when I saw that. I was like... So I did skip over that part because it actually gives me like a physical like, ugh. But the fact that she came out and she said like, oh, like I make him feel less of a man or whatever, you can tell. You can tell. And that's the specific type of loser he is. You can tell that you basically like, you took his ego, his pride. Like, you took that away from him because, like I said, no one is checking for this man if it has nothing to do with Cardi B. You are now in spaces and doors have opened for you that have nothing to do with this fool. He could never get to where she is as himself, because if that was the case, he would have already done it. And the fact that, like, she has rebranded you into this family man. Before Cardi B, this fool was in prison. He had gotten out. He was just kind of a mess. He really was a mess. He just got saved for the fact that the group was doing so well musically. But it's like, sir, you were a hot mess. She rebranded you into this family man, giving you kind of like this hood family image of like this blended family and like, it's okay and blah, blah, blah. Now, do I think Cardi B has a lot of fault in this? I absolutely do. Because, ma'am, you got with a guy who already had a million baby mamas before you. He's cheated on you 1,000,001 times. Like, girl, you also need to get it together. But we're, like I said, we're not talking about that. We're talking about the overarching theme of this man is such a loser. And he really is just like at his very best, just trying to break her down as a person, because breaking her down and her career and like her trajectory is not working. So it's like, oh, if I can't hinder you in that capacity, let me just do it emotionally, which is wild. However, do you guys see, now this is going to be for my Latin listeners here, do you all not see the parallels between Cardi B and Offset and Karol G and Anuel AA? And let me tell you something, just a premonition to Offset. This was Anuel. He was the top of his career. Karol G was, you know, she was making moves, she was buzzing out a little bit, but he was on the tippy top of his game. He gets with Karol G. Now they're a dynamic duo. They're this thing. Da, 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 da. He gets way too beside himself. Anuel is another one. Gets way too beside himself. Starts cheating. What does Karol G do? She dips before she had a baby, by the way. But guess what? They did the same thing. She leaves because he cheated on her. He interrupts her performance. They were engaged, by the way. He cheats on her again. Has all this craziness. Apparently he was like abusing her and like it was crazy. She leaves him. And guess what? Guess who is one of the #1 most streamed people? Her streams are in the billions. And this is what this man looks like. So obviously, like I said, this is a tale as old as time. Offset and Cardi B are not the first, and they're not gonna be the last. Obviously, when you can see, these are two separate couples doing the same exact thing. And luckily for Karol G, she dipped, left him, and progressed without a baby. But I see the same thing for Cardi B. I see the same exact trajectory for Cardi B. If she finally decides to dump his like dead weight and actually focus on herself and moving forward in her career, I think she will be a Karol G, and I think she will actually be able to surpass like all the things that she's kind of, because she's been in a plateau. Like, let's be serious. She's been in a plateau. Her music is non-existent. Like, let's be real. She has really good features, but like at this point in time, no one's looking for her album because she's been teasing it and taking it back and going off on her fans and blah, 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 blah. She's been doing all that. So like, I mean, I don't know how that goes, but I think finally, if she actually ditches this man and leaves him alone, she could take off. She has every opportunity. She has every resource. She's in the position to go so far without this man. And he knows that. He knows that. That's why he is doing the things that he does. That's why he's trying to ruin her image. He's trying to get the public opinion away. When he did that thing with Nicki Minaj, When Nicki and Cardi were beefing and he was basically like liking Nicki Minaj's pictures or whatever, it's just like, dude, you are so just down, dirty, and lame. Like, you're jealous of a woman who you know is better than you. And I think that is worse than any other type of like toxic relationship. When the man that you're with is jealous of you, you are in very, very murky waters. And the only thing you can do is get the fuck out. Because you know the saying, it was like the fear of a scorned woman, or nothing is worse than like something about a scorned woman. A jealous man will take it there every single time. So my advice to Cardi B, the advice that she didn't ask for and she'll probably never see, is to take a page out of Karol G's book, get the fuck out, and just do the best, okay? Stop getting pregnant by this man. Please stop getting pregnant by this man. Hopefully she has learned her lesson. Like I said, I think convincing him that, I don't know, maybe she did have sex with somebody while she was pregnant with his baby. I don't know. I feel like that is the worst of the worst. Like, men really can't handle shit, and I'm pretty sure like after that, like, come on, sir. Like, if you take her back, whether it's true or not, if you take her back, not only are you a loser, but you're a sucker. And I just feel like they have gotten to a point where it's like surpassed getting back together. Now if they get back together, they both look really, 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 really stupid. So I'm hoping this is the end of an era for Cardi B and Offset. And I really hope that she really does push forward and really like hones in on the fact, like, you guys know the thing, and I hate even bringing up Nicki Minaj in these kind of conversations, but y'all know when the TikTok went viral where it's like, I don't think Nicki Minaj understands that she's Nicki Minaj. I feel the same way about Cardi B. It's like, girl, I don't really think you understand that you're Cardi B. Like, move on. Get away from him. He is not the end all be all. And I'm pretty sure he has made her feel that way. Like, hello. I mean, with every like successful woman, this is kind of like a tangent, but like, I feel like with every successful woman, I think that that's the one thing that they're not successful in, is their love life. Because I mean, look at it. Jay-Z, Beyonce, like Nicki Minaj, Cardi B, Offset. Like, it's kind of like a pattern with these like really strong, successful women, that the one thing that they just can't get it together is their love life. I think there's something to be said about that. Studies need to be done. But neither here nor there. That is my opinion on Offset and Cardi B. I don't know, man. Stop having kids with these men, please, please. It's 2024. It's 2024. We already, like, we've cracked the code. They are not good people. Like, y'all, please get it together. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and yeah, let me know what you guys think about Cardi B and Offset in this whole situation. Please, I don't really have the time. If you are a barb and you don't like Cardi B and you don't care about her, please, let's just talk about like the content of the video, like the message, the words that I'm saying within this video about toxic relationships and loser ass men. Please, please, okay? Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.